Okay, so one of the things I miss from running Windows is the UltraPlus mods. I decided to try to use Faugus launcher to install UltraPlus, and it seems to have worked. And it seems, I haven't tested it much yet, but it seems to also work with Vortex. And what you do is you add Windows game, and then you set the prefix you want, which is also where the mod information will be installed, except the information that goes to the actual install, of course, of the game. And then you first set the path to the installer. Then once it's done installing, you go back and you edit it and you set the path to the actual exe. And then in theory, it should just work. Takes a while to launch because it's running in a way it's not supposed to. It does an update, so we get to test if that works. Now it wants to install it again. Sure. Let's see if it updated or if it just broke. Saying doesn't update again. Okay, so the updating doesn't work. So you probably have to reinstall it every time it doesn't update. That's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. So what you're going to have to do to update, which is a bit annoying, and there's maybe a different way to do this where that's not a problem. But what you have to do to update is to download the new update manually and then go to the install and then set the path to the new installer. Then run that as if it's the application, and then go back and put the exe in again and then run it. Then it's up to date. Then you have to reapply all your games, which is also not great, but I get to show you how to do that. So just go to add game like you would in Windows, and then you have to find where the game is installed, which is easier said than done. Hopefully when you do this, it remembers your settings. Oh, that's for manual installing, I guess. Now it's just set to game, so let's launch the game with those settings. Okay, so now the easiest way to see if this actually works is probably just to sit here for a bit to record some FPS numbers, then go back and reduce the, or increase, I guess, rather, the downsampling, see if we get different numbers. So, I think I figured it out and it's just me being silly. Of course, need to load the dwmapi.dll for UltraPlus to work. So hopefully now it will work. Was a slight drop in FPS, so that might indicate it was doing something. And no, I don't think anything actually. Doesn't look like anything changed, but let's try to fiddle with the settings and see. Okay, success. Changing the load bias drops the FPS, so this is working. Nice. Interesting. I can't actually get it back to above 100. Okay, then we're back to above 100 FPS, so it is definitely doing something. Let's disable bloom and see if that does anything. Maybe not the best scene for it. Okay, it is changing the bloom effect slightly. Not as much as in Oblivion, but bloom in that game is crazy, so makes sense it would be more noticeable. I'm going to experiment some more with this in different games, but I did also test it in Outer Worlds 2 and managed to tank my performance completely. So I think that was the clue to getting it working. It does seem like I sometimes have to manually install and update the mods though. Which is annoying, but the important part is that it's doing something. It seems to be working.